Hello everyone, welcome to Google Forms tutorials. In this video we are going to see that how can we work with the responses. So once you have created your form, you would be getting a shareable link that you can either post on your social media or maybe share with the people you want to fill your form, or share them through mails, cold calling, any way that's possible. You can just share that link with others and you will start to get the responses. Now once you get responses, the second tab, that is the responses tab, comes into play, and you can see we are getting these three sections in this responses tab, that is summary, question and individual. So in the summary you would be getting all the responses listed. For the individual questions, like for the mobile number, I'm getting this response, full name, and for the mode of payment they have already created a pie chart kind of a thing to just tell you the statistics in a much more simpler way. If you toggle over it, you will get the number of responses as well. Since it's only one, so the whole pie chart is created with prepaid. If you go to the question, then you will be getting the response for the particular question. Like for the mobile number, all the responses will be listed over here. For the second question, if you want to move on to the second question, you can simply just click on this arrow, or you can just use this drop down to list all the questions, and one by one you can just select the questions and all the responses would be shown over there. In the case of multiple choices, you would be getting this view options. So if you just click on that, these two options are basically all the options that you have given in a multiple choice question would be there, and those options you can just see. You cannot use those options, but actually you can see what are the possible options from which the people have selected so and so. Last option we have is the individual, in which you would be getting the individual responses. So I have filled this form once and these are the details that I have entered. So this individual response I am getting in the individual tab. If I want to print this, I can simply print this response. If I don't like this response, I want to delete it, I can simply delete it, but I cannot edit this response because this is not my response. This my customer or maybe some other user has entered, which I cannot edit. I do not have the permissions to edit this response. So responses cannot be edited. This is what I'm getting over here. I can delete it or print it. Now in case you have received so many responses on your form, or you want to now you want to stop accepting the responses, simply just toggle this button and the form will no longer accept responses. In case user tries to click on the link to submit a response, you can just give them a message that please try again after some time, or this form has stopped accepting responses from so and so time, you are late, or something like this. This comes very handy when you are dealing with assignments. So maybe you have a deadline before which you need to complete the assignment and submit it via Google form, or maybe complete a quiz. So if you have passed that deadline, you cannot submit your assignment. That's what purpose this can be used for. Next options we have is just selecting the response destination. That is, once you have got the response, and then how are you gonna deal with the responses. Okay, so by default, if you see, this is a spreadsheet that would be created, and that's where your responses will go. If you want to select a destination, a particular destination for the responses, like maybe an existing spreadsheet, that you can just select from here. Select existing spreadsheet and click on select. So it will prompt you to select the spreadsheet. If you do not have any spreadsheet, you can just go on and click a new spreadsheet, provided a particular name like shipping for me, and then click on create. So a new spreadsheet would be created and all the responses would be stored there. Now in case you want to get email notifications for the new responses, so as soon as someone has provided you a response, you want your to get an email notification, you can just simply click on this email notification. That would be enabled. And now remember one thing, when you are creating a Google form, it is actually associated with your Gmail account. So with which Gmail account is this associated, on that particular Gmail account, on that particular inbox, you would be getting an email notification. Next we have is the download responses option. So if you want, you can just download all the responses at any time in the form of a .csv file. This kind of a file is actually comma separated values, which means all the values would be separated by a comma. Very easily you can open them up in Microsoft Excel or normally a notepad as well. If you want to print all the responses, here is this option to print all the responses. You can just click on that and you will see a preview of your print. So here you can see this one response that I had, that is being previewed over here. Similarly, different responses would be shown over here, so that you can print. I'm just clicking on cancel for now because I don't want to print the responses. Now if I want to delete all the responses, let's say for 1 month you want particular feedback from the customer, or for a particular service you want a feedback, and you have shared this form with them. Now you do not want to accept the responses any longer, or maybe just clear out the previous responses and start accepting new responses. So let's just click on delete all responses. So what will happen is, once you click on OK, all the responses would be deleted, all the responses would be removed. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.